As the 2025 tennis season comes to a close, it's not too early to start looking ahead toward 2026. After all, each new year on the annual tennis calendar begins with a bang. The Summer Down Under, headlined by the Australian Open, wastes no time heating things up. On the men's side, Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik have swept the last 8 Grand Slam singles titles dating back to the start of 2024. They have faced each other in the final at 3 consecutive slams. Alcaraz and Sinner are -140 to both advance to the final and go head-to-head for yet another Grand Slam title. You can bet on tennis, the Australian Open included, and all other sports such as the NFL at DraftKings Sportsbook. There is far more parity in the women's game at the moment. For comparison's sake, take a look at the current Aussie Open odds. Sinner, +120, and Alcaraz, +140, are the only 2 men with better than +1,100 odds to lift the trophy in Melbourne. On the other hand, there are 6 women with +1,000 odds or better to take the title. The 4 Grand Slams in 2025 were shared by 4 different women: Madison Keys, Australian Open; Coco Gauff, French Open; Iga Swiatek, Wimbledon; and Aryna Sabalenka, US Open. Here are the title odds in both the men's and women's events for the first major of the 2026 tennis season. 2026 Australian Open odds. Men's singles. Jannik Sinner +120. Carlos Alcaraz +140. Novak Djokovic +1,100. Alexander Zverev +1,400. Daniil Medvedev +1,800. Jack Draper +2,000. Taylor Fritz +2,500. Ben Shelton +2,500. João Fonseca +4,000. Tommy Paul +5,000. Alex de Minaur +5,000. Jakub Mensik +6,000. Arthur Fils +6,500. Women's singles. Aryna Sabalenka +200. Iga Swiatek +400. Coco Gauff +550. Mira Andreeva +900. Madison Keys +1,000. Amanda Anisimova +1,000. Naomi Osaka +1,200. Elena Rybakina +1,200. Qin Wenzheng +2,200. Carolina Muchova +2,500. Jessica Pegula +2,800. Emma Navarro +3,500. Jasmine Paolini +4,000. Barbora Krejcikova +4,000. Victoria Mboko +4,000. Let's take a look at some of the outside contenders who could pull off a surprise and capture the 2026 Australian Open title. Daniil Medvedev, +1,800. Medvedev finally won a tournament for the first time since May of 2023 in Rome when he triumphed at last month's ATP 250 in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Obviously, making the jump to a Grand Slam title is quite a step, but there is no reason why Medvedev can do it. The 29-year-old Russian has done it before. He lifted the trophy at the 2021 US Open, crushing Novak Djokovic in the final to deny the Serb a calendar year Grand Slam. Medvedev may not be at his slam-winning best these days, but a recent coaching change seems to have done him some good and he can ride recent momentum heading into the 2026 campaign. Taylor Fritz, +2,500. Fritz has been one of the most improved players on the ATP Tour in recent years. The 4th-ranked American has done pretty much everything except win a major. He captured a Masters 1000 title in Indian Wells, 2022, and he finished runner-up to Sinner at the 2024 US Open. Fritz has not enjoyed quite as much success down under as Medvedev, 3 runner-up performances. But the 28-year-old reached the quarterfinals in 2024, lost to Djokovic in 4 sets, and has lost prior to the 3rd round only once since 2018. If Fritz can maintain his number 4 ranking, he is guaranteed to avoid Alcaraz and Sinner at least until the semifinals. Amanda Anisimova, +1,000. Anisimova is not exactly a dark horse given how well she has played in 2025, but she has great value to win the 2026 Australian Open at relatively long +1,000 odds. The 4th-ranked American has finished runner-up at each of the last 2 majors, falling to Iga Swiatek at Wimbledon last summer followed by a setback against Aryna Sabalenka at the US Open. Anisimova upset Swiatek to reach the semis of the WTA Finals earlier this week, so she is ending the season on a high note. Similar to the case with Fritz, snagging a top 4 seed at Melbourne would be huge for Anisimova. It would allow the 24-year-old to avoid Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Coco Gauff until at least the semifinals. Elena Rybakina, plus 1,200. Rybakina is flying a bit under the radar because she lost prior to the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slams in 2025. But she is ending the season like gangbusters. The 2022 Wimbledon champion is currently on a 9-match winning streak, which includes a title in Ningbo, China, and WTA finals victories over Swiatek, Anisimova and Ekaterina Alexandrova. Rybakina is a former finalist at the Aussie Open, lost to Sabalenka in 2023. So she knows what she is doing down under and should be armed with a ton of confidence this coming January.